Hi everybody. Hope you're all well. Let me just do something real quick. I'll do a poll, shall I? Let me have a think, guys. Bear with me a second. Yeah, hi everybody. Let me just think of, hello Gravity, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Let me just sort this thing out. I was gonna do a poll or something, but how's it going? I've not seen you live for a few days. You've been busy or something. So I heard something about a premature baby or something. Good, that's good then, yeah. Yeah, so I did a little workout earlier at the park. Was a bit cold though, but Leah says, how's your afternoon going? It's been alright, thank you. Busy with hospital, yeah. Fair enough. I was just gonna put some poll. Let me put this one. Do you work out? I'll just do this as a poll, basically. Hello, Caddy. How you doing? You okay? Favorite cereal? Favorite cereal? I quite like porridge. I just had some actually. It was okay. Just yeah, just wasn't. Yeah, we just had a few different exercises, but just been trying to work at like pull-ups and things. I actually did a one-arm dead hang, but I didn't film that bit of it. So yeah, one-arm dead hangs are quite tough because you're like having to hang with just one of your arms, so you kind of like you're having to have twice as much strength. Yeah, so I can only hold it for like a few seconds or so, but obviously with like when you're doing it with two arms, it's a lot easier. It's kind of like if say you do like a one arm push up or something. I need to try and work on that really because that's a challenge. But one thing that you could do is like do it on an incline. It's like incline one arm push ups. So you could do like like I could just try and do a demonstration. For example, I could use this as my just as an example, like that. So you could just use a incline surface. So you can just like, yeah, just as an example, it's a way to kind of build up to that because you're still using the same muscles, but you're just doing it at a like a less steep angle, basically. But I'm just saying, if you're wanting to work towards one arm push-up. Okay, see you later. Yeah, my shoulders are effed. Oh no, how come? You need some energy in your speech. Okay. Hello, fucking Hoss. Gravity, are you still there? Hope everyone's well tonight. Hit that like button, guys. Yeah. Yeah, so, what's this? Hello, Shivam. Hello, summoning the supernatural. How's it going? You alright? Rohan, yes. Shivam says, oh, you're interested in what? Hello, Ava B. Yeah. How you doing, everybody? Hope you've all had a good day. But another one would be like archer push-ups, which I can kind of do. Archer push-ups is like where you kind of put it more kind of on one side. Research about Islam. I mean, what you mean? I'm not a religious person, so I mean, I'm not really doing that right now. We good? Yeah. And the day is going great. It's Rosie in Texas. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, I've heard it's been getting a lot of cold weather. Someone was saying in Tennessee it had been snowing as well. So, okay. The hell? No, I'm not. One dark rep. How's it going? You all right? Good to see you. Hello, unknown. I am. The hell? Hello, Ergifan. Yes, I'm a northerner. Rock Nation. Hello, Sock likes cereal. How are you doing tonight? Little Britain. Yes, I have heard about Little Britain. Yeah. Hello, HR officials. Hope you're well tonight, everybody. Yeah, what the hell? Why does it matter where I'm from? Like, fuck me. Anyway, I don't know why they're so obsessed. It's just draining. What's the topic? Oh, you're Preston lad. Yeah, I'm originally from Blackburn. Hello, Adele Moser. What? Yeah, I'm not sure really. I've not really got a topic right now, but we can try and figure something out. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm not really. Oh, really? Little Harwood was where I used to live. Mad that, isn't it? I used to live in Little Harwood, Blackburn. Yeah. Yeah, Little Harwood. That was the part of. That's mad, isn't it? I used to live in an area of Blackburn called Little Harwood. Yeah. Living in the Matrix. Living in the Matrix! What colour is your Bugatti? Like Andrew Tate. Nigel Farage. Oh, goodness. Huh. Earth is F. What F? You mean flat? You believe that the Earth is flat, are you saying? Yeah, there's so many people that believe the Earth is flat, apparently. Hello, Bill Mashish. Hello, Barry. What's that? Follow the white rabbit, what do you mean? Well, you believe it's flat. Why do you believe it's flat? I mean, there's evidence that it's not flat, right? So what's your best proof that the Earth is flat then? Come on. King Charles for PM, it's high time Royals or whatever. Hello, Runveer Bilku. You look the manager of Man United. Oh, really? What, you're saying I look like the manager of Man United? Water doesn't bend. Well, what do you mean water doesn't bend? What do you mean water doesn't bend? You've got drops of water. That's a example of water bending, right? Like, what are you on about? Earth extends beyond the frequency barrier in Antarctica. What do you mean by that? There's definitely better conspiracy to talk than flat Earth. Yeah, no. To me, it's almost like flat Earth was put out to just discredit conspiracies. Maybe that's a conspiracy in of itself. That they actually put it out there just to make conspiracy people look stupid. I mean, have you ever thought about that? What do I care about? Well, I care about my own health and well-being and stuff like that, and I try and help others as well. One dark rep says exactly, yeah. I mean, it's like, it doesn't really matter either way anyway, but then they'll say, oh, but it would prove that God exists or some shit. Well, I mean, but I don't think there is at least the God of the Bible I don't think exists, so. Okay, see you later, Adele Moser. What do you mean? Hello, Tom. Do you like, what's that, GCSC options? Geography, history, science, is that good? Yeah. I thought science was a compulsory one. I mean, in my school, science was a compulsory topic. Hi, Adam Burton, how you doing? Like, science was compulsory in mine. H2O water time, how you doing? I'm not gonna lie, I've been studying dentistry, what, blah, 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 blah. What are you saying? Struggle to hit your protein. Why are you struggling to hit your protein? Hello, Syed. How you doing? Hello, Adam. How's it going, everybody? If anyone's new here, welcome in. You're a werewolf. Oh, yeah, a werewolf. Yeah. American Werewolf in London. Has anyone seen that film before? I was talking about that before. But yeah, why would it be a struggle to hit protein? Shouldn't be that hard, right? If you just to get basic protein amounts. Like, I don't know. Have you got issues like absorbing protein or something, or what's going on? Samurai swords. Oh yeah, my grandma used to have one actually. Yeah, she used to keep a samurai sword. I'm constantly busy with schooling appointments and meetings. All right. Fair enough. Hello, Kevin. How you doing? I didn't gain my strength from the gym. I grew up. Okay, yeah, you've said that before. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember you were saying that before. Well, I suppose it's the poll thing that I put out about whether you work out. Yeah, so everybody okay? Hamster, how's it going? I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? Key mysteries include a thriving, isolated microbial ecosystem, ancient geological secrets, and the dramatic red blood falls caused by iron-rich water. I don't know what you're talking about, really, but hello, Nazir. YouTube deleted your comments talking about FE. Oh, it must be a conspiracy, yeah. Oh, what sort of like great evidence have you got for flat Earth, eh? Oh, I can't wait to hear your insights on flat Earth. I mean, I've been down that rabbit hole before, and yeah, it was crazy. Having a cozy night watching YouTube. Okay, let's just get rid of that. Actually, like the live got the 19 people and 6 likes, so yeah. Annie says, Kevin, that here is a tiny violin for you. Hello, the pug plug. What's this? Blood falls ear. Okay. Oh yeah, Verda McMurdo. Isn't McMurdo in Antarctica or something? Hamster says the Earth is not flat. Yeah, I know, but somebody here thinks it is apparently. I don't play games when it comes to money. Let me tell you something important about playing games when it comes to cash, and it doesn't seem to be honest when it involves other people. You mean it involves other people? Yeah. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about like swindling and shit like that, or? I mean, there's people like that, in my opinion, are grifters who are trying to like, con people out of money. They're selling courses to try and. I do work out mindfully, not aesthetically. What you mean? You're about working out your brain like a mental. mentally or something. Did you know a tuna fish swam around the world in 42 hours listening to the Metallica album Ride the Lightning? The hell? Ride the Lightning. Huh. Is that supposed to be some joke or something? Like, I'm sorry if I'm, didn't get the joke or something, but I mean, that can't be for real, can it? Okay. Is everybody alright tonight? Hope you've all had a good day. Thank you for the 8 likes, everybody. Yeah. So, joking today. Okay, whatever. So my opinion on Charlie, I don't really know too much. I mean, I've seen that he's quite a controversial guy, he's quite polarizing and all that. Hello, Fernie Winnie, good to see you. How you doing? Would you drink 15 million year old subglacial Antarctic lake water? I don't know. It does sound a bit when you put it like that, it does sound a bit gross, but then it's probably a lot cleaner than a lot of the shit that we have here, right? Like, it's probably not got all the microplastics as much as, let's say, in the water that we have here, and that, Fisher. I think that Charlie Kirk would have been a great vice president. I think he would have been a great vice president alongside me, and we would have made a great team. He's alive in Valhalla, in New Zealand. Okay, storyteller, magician. How you doing, everybody? Thank you for the 10 likes, everybody. Lots of a ton of comments. Please don't be in attention. Yeah, I know. Some people just seem to be spamming the chat, really. Mahmood says, like working out for the real benefits of the workout, whether it's endurance, strength, or work capacity, etc., not myopically focused on hypertrophy only. Yeah, that's the thing, is that a lot of people get too focused on just doing it for building muscle, but you want to also focus on things like mobility and endurance and other things like that, and strength. Do I like Britney Spears? Not really. Why? No, you're not spamming the chat. Goodness. So, oh, hello, Titch. How have you been? You alright? I've not been well. Oh, no. I've not been well. Yeah, Britney Spears I'm not really a big fan of, personally, but each to their own, eh? Swings and roundabouts, eh? As they say. Is everyone alright tonight? Thank you for the 12 likes, everybody. Yeah, it's nice to have you all here today. Oh, baby, baby, I wasn't supposed to know. Yeah, Eric DeBay, I mean, he's like a bookseller. I mean, he probably, I don't know if he really believes in what he's putting out there. Like he's very invested. I'm not saying for certain, but it's just, I feel like Eric DeBay is just, you know what I mean? He's like, I don't know. I feel like there's something off about him, to be honest. You went for a walk earlier. I was out working out earlier, Penny. That's why I haven't been around for a while, Anna. Well, at least you're back now, so yeah. It's simply a less. How's it going? Fernie says nice. Nice. Jang 50-50 on the votes. Oh, is it really? Alright. Well, it's good that we have a lot of people in here that work out, but yeah. But maybe, if you're one of these that doesn't exercise at all or anything, then, maybe it's time to start, It's never too late to start, even if you're older or whatever. It's good to do something. Hello, Jason. How you doing? Hello, Garav. Nice to meet you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Although it's simply LS. I noticed your video on modern women. I haven't seen yet, but I see what's happening to society. It's terrible. I know dating relationships is a big mess nowadays. I want to say that it's not all women, and also not letting men off the hook either. But just talk about things that I see. Hello, Chantel. Have you been on since today? That doesn't make any sense. Hello, Pelican. Okay, we'll get rid of this one. Right. Okay. And we've got Miss Bean. It's like Mr. Bean's wife. Something. Miss Bean. Oh, today. 2 p.m. No, I haven't. I was off for a while. I had some food and stuff, yeah. English slang doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Yeah, well, Cockney rhyming slang is a bit of a, I don't know, it's like, it's like they take twice as long to say the same thing. It's like, instead of saying stairs, they'll say apples and pears. It's like, yeah. Hello, Curly. Hello, Xerxes. Yeah, how we all doing? Humans can remember smell better than faces. Right, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do think that, yeah, because, like, I can have quite, you know, vivid smells and stuff like that. Like coconut, I can think of, like, for example, like, dog and bone. Dog and bone. That's fallen, isn't it? Yeah. Cold showers aren't for me. Yeah, you don't have to necessarily do cold showers. So I was actually talking the other day about cold showers, but someone was saying that cold showers might not be the best if you're trying to put on muscle. But I've also heard that depending on when you do it. Hello, Nab. Yeah, but when um when you know, like, what was I saying? Your cold showers, but some saying that, you know, you'd be better off doing it before a workout or rather than after, because I've heard it can stunt the muscle growth or something from a workout. So if you are trying to build muscle, then I've heard cold showers might be, what's that, contraindicated. I had 7 hours sleep in my Filipino bin to work and back. Haha. Now 6 a.m. is still online. I've come back online. I was off for a while. I actually had some rest earlier because I did a workout. I got back, kind of went into a bit of a, you know, sort of meditative state for a while. Then I'll be having some sleep later. I've been sleeping like late at night these days, but yeah, down break. How you doing? Okay. Hello, Game Pass. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I sleep when like my body tells me I need to sleep. But right now I'm fine. I've come around. I find that when I've been working out, I'll usually kind of go into a kind of, well, not a full sleep, but like I did go into like more of what they call, I've been trying to do like thing called yoga nidra meditation. Hello, Sniper. How you doing? Hope you well. But yeah, it's hello, Tara. How have you been? Not seen you for a while. Yeah, good to see you again. What have you been up to lately? Thank you for this stream. No problem. Yeah, what's your name anyway, Sniper? What's what? Yoga Nidra meditation. Well, it's basically a form of meditation that it's some call it yogic sleep. So it's about kind of relaxing your nervous system and all that. So sometimes I'll just kind of go into that kind of mode for a while. If I sometimes it's like I don't really like to sleep during the day personally, but that's just me. Yeah, but I sleep. I mean, I don't think it's gonna, like. I mean, I will sleep later. I mean, I do get a few hours of sleep a night. On a good night, I've had up to like 7-8 hours. But anyway, Zhang says Nab Ventures fake news. Fake news. Well, he has a point actually, that sleep is when you recover. Hi, Mick Lloyd. Good to see you. How you doing? Hope all is well. Yeah. We're getting a lot of votes on this poll, so yeah. 76 votes already. The real Yukadon, the best Trump impression. Weed and tobacco. That's like not very good, is it? Yeah. Right. Weed done with tobacco. Had one cig today. Oh well, that's good if you're trying to improve on that. Then you gotta just celebrate like well, one thing to do, right, is to celebrate marginal gains, they call it. So, like, even if you've, say, cut down a little bit on something, or you've improved in some way slightly on something, to celebrate that, because it just helps to keep you motivated. A lot of people will only celebrate once they've got to their goal, but you should try to like celebrate along the way, kind of have little celebrations. I've had 2 coffees and 4 cigs already. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that having coffee late into the day is not good actually. But I don't know if that's something that you do, but one thing I'd recommend is to only have coffee in the morning, because caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours, roughly. So that could be some of it still in your system up to 12 hours. So the longer into the day you do coffee, then the worse it's going to be. Fanny says, even if you have a vice, as long as you're being productive, it's not all bad. Yeah, true. Yeah, my Filipina brought me a vitamin C and zinc cobra drink. Oh, nice. Well, that's good. Yeah. While you were saying that these Filipinas are quite helpful and stuff. Yeah. Um, it's 6 a.m. here, and yeah, I definitely drink less coffee here, just first half of the day. Yeah. Yeah. They say, because some people, if they work out at night time, then what happens is, let's say they go for an evening workout 8 p.m., right? And they do their pre-workout and they have loads of caffeine. Then they come home from the workout and they're still kind of buzzing off their caffeine for like hours, and that could prevent them from getting to sleep. So it's good that you've got a helpmate. I'm almost 40 with a 2-year-old, so it's best to quit to save money and to extend my life. Lol. Been smoking since I was 14. Well, yeah, that's it, It's a good reason to quit, because it can be very expensive as well. So that's the other thing as well. Especially nowadays. I remember when it used to be a lot cheaper. Like, how much is let's have a look. How much is a 20 pack? But then if you roll your own, it's less, but it's expensive. Text on someone who's been there, what's that? Because it's science based and it helps a lot. What helps a lot, Mahmood? What are you talking about? No, Ghost, it's not, bro. Familiarize yourself with some workbooks on quitting smoking, you get rid of it cold. Cold turkey, you're talking about. I mean, if you're talking cold turkey, I don't really recommend that. So this is what it says now, £14.70 to £19.90. So that's almost 20 quid for a pack of cigarettes. So it says average price £16.45. I remember when it was about £4 to £5. So it's gone up by almost 4 times what I remember it back about 20 years ago. That's crazy. We were talking the other day about how much things have gone up in price, like the price of a Freddo going from 10p in 2000 to 35p on average today with inflation. So yeah, I was getting mine duty free, but I'd sell a lot of it. Oh, fair enough. What you mean? You was like, is that how you would kind of, yeah, sort of like where you would sell it on for like profit, kind of? Well, not profit, but like because you would just still have to buy it, some of it for you, and then sell some of it, so you would effectively be almost free or something. So I suppose that could be a smart way to do it, but yeah, don't do it, guys. If you do not get into smoking, do not get into vaping either. I wouldn't say, in my opinion, it's not like, I'm not. What is it? I'm not giving out health advice or anything. I'm just saying this is not something I would recommend personally. But yeah, a small boar. A boar like a pig, do you mean? I remember there was it reminds me there was a place that we used to go to called Wild Boar Animal Park. There was like these like pig things in there, and yeah, it was like a place where you go with family and just it was kind of like what do they call it? Like a animal, I don't know whether you call it a zoo or something like that, but yeah. What's done? Hang on. We should return to the traditions that made Britain great. Tea and... Oh, God. Here we go. When I was working, I used to keep the... friend used to get me them from holiday, but over Christmas, being out of work, I sold what I had to get extra presents. Well, that's good then if you can, get some... Use it for some extra presents for your kiddies or something, yeah. When we drink milk of the poppy for a head cold. Oh God, that sounds a bit of a, yeah, not very wise. Um, Rectal opioids, what the hell? The hell, rectal opioids, whatever. This has got to be a joke, right? Hello, Livy. What's that? Are these people for real or something? Taurus says thank you, and what Sunny says, like, yeah, that's kind of, yeah. Hope you're all doing well tonight. So Nav, is your Filipino woman there with you? Hello, happy sunny love music. How you doing? Hello, the real RJ. Yes, consistency is key. That's what I'm here to prove. Yes. Let's put it to the test. The consistency thing, yeah? Hello, if you know, you know. Good to see you. Hello, Medusa. How you doing? Yeah, I remember we was like arguing about fruit and stuff, but let's try not get back into that again because it's borderline insane, some of these people and what they say. Yeah, well, I don't know like what they're doing, but yeah, hello, Mr. Pickles. But at the end of the day, it's giving me engagement, so... Hello, Sunish. She just finished work and I left her to sleep. I'm outside. Oh, fair enough. Does she ever come in and watch with you then, or is this just your time, kind of like on your own, something like that? Anyway. Wanna meet I'm your neighbor? Oh, really? Yeah, no. But yeah, some of these people, I just don't know what is up with them, but thing is that, I guess we've just got to try and, just, I don't know, just, unless they're saying something, like, really bad, then, I don't know what's going on there. I don't think you answered yesterday. Is your accent considered what's a brogue? Don't know what you mean. Listen, man, and be focused. Yeah, but stay focused. Stay focused on what you do. Yeah. Hello, MB. What are you saying? Do you ever change that top? Why? What, 2 towns close? What do you mean? Name 2 towns close. Anyway. Is everyone alright tonight? Any late night mouth talk? Okay, yeah. We can do that if you want. Yeah, I'm from Israel, yeah. Hello, Mahmood. In 2 countries in the nearby, what do you mean? Everyone has a house call, it's not a problem. Yeah, as long as you change what's under it, then yeah, that's it, Mockelman, about Mocklemizer or something. Is that guy there? Mask Losser. The hell? Your little boy's dancing. Oh, cool. Huh. Yeah, I've kind of hit my tooth before, like accidentally just kind of knocked it. It's not really ideal, but you know, it's just gotta be careful, aren't you? You know. Yeah, yeah. 3 indoor calls. Yeah, it gets a bit cold this time of year, doesn't it? But if you see me in like summer, I just have my t-shirt because it gets quite warm up here. Because I'm in the top floor, so it gets quite warm in like summertime. I've seen someone crack their tooth with one before. Be careful. Yeah, I know it can be a bit of a hazard, can't it? Okay, well, whatever, MB, you know. Like, if I want to play this instrument, then I'll do it, you know. That I'm fine, you know, whatever. If I'm gonna be single because I play it, then whatever, so be it, you know. And my Filipino wants to sit with me on lives. Oh yeah. You're welcome, Beta Max. The instrument is dope as F. They're probably just jealous because they can't play it or something, but yeah, yeah. That's why you haven't got a boyfriend yet. Oh yeah. Here we go. It just reminds me, there was this instrument that, what was it called? Let me find it, Foo Fighters. They did a song called Generator. They used some kind of like effect on it. I'm trying to find what it was. Yeah, that's the thing, is they always slate if they've got no talent and stuff. What did they use on the song Generator? If you know which one I mean. Trying to, what is it called? Oh, it's called a talk box. That was it. Yeah, that it creates like a vocal effect or something. I don't know if you've ever heard that song, but yeah. Anyway, but I just thought I would mention that because it kind of remind me, because you can actually make set like just mouthing the shapes of it, fully torqued. Oh, really? You can play it with dental floss. Alright, I'd like to see you try. I had a talk box in college with my guitar and other effects. Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Maybe I could, yeah, I mean, I'd need to probably try and learn guitar and stuff and like properly. I've done bits of guitar before, like I could actually play like blues guitar actually, but yeah. How are you doing that? It's a mouth harp or jaw harp, or whatever, or a Jew's harp. Oh yeah, didgeridoo would be good as well, or maybe a harmonica actually. Maybe I should get a harmonica. Oh yeah, the blues. I did like kind of bend in the string a bit. I can do that with the electric guitar. I quite like doing, yeah, like, I actually prefer that over doing chords and stuff. I just find it more interesting personally, but 50 push-ups, yeah, whatever. 50 push-ups. Like, how many guys can actually do 50 push-ups, like, proper? I mean, probably not that many, actually. Yeah, I'm not a Marine, though, so... Hello, Ted Anderson. Are you going to heaven or hell? Probably neither. Probably... I mean, what if heaven and hell are states of mind? Maybe you put yourself in heaven or hell. Maybe you can create your own heaven on earth. Or you create your own hell on earth, maybe, something like that. Mick Lloyd says, me, what, you're going to heaven? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying you can do 50? Harmonicas are good and they usually come already in a key and you can pick the scale. Oh, yeah. Hello, Emily, good to see you. What you're saying? Purgatory, yeah. Is that what you're saying you're in? So you can do 50? Yeah. So I had a channel in earlier called, what were they called? Fitness Boys, they were called. So apparently they might be going live later, but I've subscribed to them and hopefully they might shout me out, eh? I'll just say, like, you know, in the channel letter, if they're going live, I'll say something like, oh, it was, you know, kind of good to have you in my chat. Maybe they could shout me out or something, because if they've got a bunch of people watching, then, yeah. Jamie, you donut. Oh, yeah. Donuts. Don't! Homie! You ain't all the donuts, homie! But I like donuts. I reckon I could eat 50 suimal maize. What do you mean? What's that? You do 6, 7, oh goodness. Yeah, 6, 7. Gonna go for a walk today down to the mangroves and reap each. Oh yeah, you went the other day, didn't I? Didn't you? I saw that video. Oh yeah, jam donut. Oh yeah. Yeah, how does Bob Marley like his donuts? With jamming. Yeah, I've heard that one before, guys. That's quite a well-known one. Hello, Tanmay Pawat. Why am I online? Because I want to. And I moved to the new room tomorrow at the hotel. All right, so you're just hopping around hotels at the moment, are you? You're saying? Because you're saying that you're only spending like 280 quid a month. That's crazy, isn't it? It's like, so in this country, like, what's £280 gonna get you? Probably like a bed set or something, you know? Whereas in, I suppose it's split between two of you, right? So, but like still, it's like you're probably not gonna get that much for £280 here. Like, even if you know, do it between, two of you or something. Why are you so good? Just because. So I've got a card trick, guys, if you want to see. Hello, Ian Takip. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? We need to get you on the next season of Undateable so really well. I'm not bothered. I'm fine. Go tap your fitness trainer. What do you mean? What you're saying? Was in a condo for the first 20 nights and 6 nights here at a small local villa resort. Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess it depends where you are. If it's somewhere a bit out the way, then it's probably going to be cheaper. Whereas if it's in the big city, then it's probably a bit more expensive, right? He's going on a date with me. Oh, really? Oh, am I really? What's that? Now going for a full month at the hotel. Yeah, it's very reasonable and can just renew. There is just a better spot in, what's that, Macton town, close to more stuff as well as the dive resort I may be working. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. Chris says, you look at, okay, thank you, Chris. Hello, Chris. It's Herbert the pervert from Family Guy. Go away, Mr. Herbert. Come on now, Chris. You're a fine young fella, Chris. Handsome, strong man. Oh, goodness. All right. Hi, Annie. How you doing? Yeah, just gotta have fun and yeah. Someone was saying that I used to be more uptight. This is how they described it, but I'm not as bad like I used to be. I'm a lot more kind of. I guess it's just you have to learn to embrace who you are and just allow yourself to just kind of be who you are. Because if you're holding yourself back, then chances are it's that you're gonna be feeling restrained and feeling like you can't fully express who you truly are. Mick, what are you saying? Why? What's going on? Hello, entrepreneurship. Bro, new here, would you... Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's just get rid of these. Alright, here we go again. Hi, Ryan. How you doing? You okay? Welcome in here. How you doing tonight, everybody? Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here. Alright, Fitness Boys is live. Alright, I thought they weren't going live till later, but yeah, that's the channel I've subscribed to. But yeah, they came in here, they got over 100,000 subs, 111,000 subs. Yeah, I'll just give them a like. They got 170 people watching their live right now. Yeah. I'll just go and say hi in there. Yeah. Maybe they'll shout me out, eh? Maybe, who knows? Nice trio mosquito bites on my leg today. That's what would kind of be a bit off-putting, all the critters and stuff. Couldn't be doing with all that, really. That would be you one day. Yeah, that's it. You know, it's just about dreaming. Because only a few weeks ago, I was getting F-all views on here. So it has gone up a lot. It's called bacon. What's bacon? Oh, yeah, pig cheese. Oh, goodness. Hello, the space bar. Hello, Nekitamo. Why don't we drink human milk? Too salty, question mark. Yeah, some say that we shouldn't really drink milk from other animals because it's weird. Or something. Hello, Ember advice. Okay, let's just get rid of this one. But everyone's got their own opinion on that, but yeah. That's that. It's not salty, it's sweet. Like, yeah, I've heard it's got, because of lactose or something, it's a little bit sweet. Alan says goat milk for the win. Never had it. I've heard goat's cheese is a bit disgusting or something for some people. Like they were saying it's like off cheese or something. What you're saying, Nab? Oh yeah, the critters. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to be dealing with all that. I don't know. I just don't really want to be having. It's also things like could get like scorpions and all kinds of. Like everywhere's got its problems. Like I said, you know. But there was this guy that lives in Alaska. He never gets any kind of creepy creatures there because it's always freezing out there. So they stay away from those areas. Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But surely if it's good. Ben James, hello. How you doing tonight? Hope all is well. Is everyone alright tonight? It's okay, ate well. Oh, good. Only geckos so far that I've seen, but they keep insects down. Oh, really? Geckos, hang on, what are they like? Geckos. Hello, Negan. How you doing? It's like Megan with an N. Yeah. It reminded me of some joke about geckos or something. Let me try and find it. That was like the punch. There was a punchline. Let me try and find it. Just reminded me of some joke. Why? Yeah, I've heard that one. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired. Badumsh. What happened? What? Why did? Let me think of another one. Oh, is that for lactose intolerant? Oh yeah. So there's no lactose in goat's milk, is there? Yeah, let me. So like, let me see if I can find the joke. Just trying to find what the joke was. Hello, Joe. How you doing? From January 1999, a fatal incident occurred at the Union Buffet in Chicopee, Massachusetts, immediately adjacent to Springfield, where two men unalived each other during violent business dispute. Oh no, that's terrible. That, yeah. The thing is that business can really like bring out the worst in people, can't it? Yeah. Right. So let me just find it. I just remember there was a joke where the punchline was instead of from the get-go, it was from the gecko. It was like a play on that. I can't remember what the lead up to it was. Hello, Raoul. No, I don't hate you. So, is everyone all right? Hope you've had a great day today. Right, picked up a mad poisonous crab the other day at the reef. It consumed a you. Luckily, I knew now to handle and not to eat, but they are few and far between. Right? Yeah, you have to just learn from that. Yeah, definitely. Wasn't there a crab that could potentially live forever, but they would succumb to like predation or something like that? But I remember there was a immortal jellyfish or something where as soon as they get towards dying, they then return to like a polyp or something, like a youthful state, and then they just keep recycle it while they can, unless predation gets them. But yeah, what you're saying about Alan, the whole kind of Palestine thing. Yeah. Yeah, jellyfish, immortal badger. Is there an actual immortal badger? Yeah, yeah. Do you think humans could ever become immortal? That could be a good poll or something. Some people believe that we can upload our consciousness into a computer, but I don't really believe that is possible. Because I don't think our consciousness is something that you can just transfer into a computer. But anyway, there's blue ring octopus here as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know them ones. I'll be going spearfishing and octopus hunting against it. Oh really? Oh, good luck with that. Have you ever had oysters? I don't know. They look really slimy and disgusting, but some people like them. Sounds grim. What's oysters? Oysters and mussels. Hi, Honda rider. How you doing? What Honda have you got? Yeah, yeah. I remember the Honda NSX were quite a good one. Remember it back on like Need for Speed and stuff like that. Was it on Need for Speed? I think it might have been. It was on one of those kind of games anyway. They had one on Juiced. I remember that game as well. That was I used to play a lot of racing games. So yeah, I had a lot of those like back when I did my Xbox and stuff. Dirt bike. Oh yeah. Cats on roller coasters. Well, I did that as a short that I just random short that I put out. Wipeout. What do you mean wipeout? You'd try oysters, but you don't think you'd like them. I guess it's one of those foods that you'd probably eat if you were starving or something. Like if there was nothing else, you'd just like eat oysters or friggin' seaweed or whatever to keep you going. Like if you were stranded and you had nothing else, it's like, oh, I guess I'll just have to eat this then. So have some seaweed, some, you know, algae or whatever. Is it algae or algae? Some say it's algae, but I usually call it algae because it's like I think of it's like I don't know. It's one of those things, isn't it? But you've got algebra, I suppose. It's like it sounds like a bra made out of algae, algebra. Yeah, fishing. I guess it depends if there's like how good you are with that, I suppose. You'd have to learn how to do it properly, but hi, longest spring. Name 3 countries in Africa. Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia. Oysters are great. Go sea kayaking with some lemons and a snorkel. Take them right off the rocks. Squeeze a lemon on the board. Boom, delicious. Oh, really? All right. I was watching this guy called Nomad Sam, and he was like doing some like foraging some of the. I think they were like, what was it, limpets and stuff like that, and periwinkles as well. I think they were, and I think he put them in like pasta or something. But it sounds like yeah, probably been struggling with the winter and stuff, cold weather that we've been getting. That's the thing. It's like can be rough doing that wild camping stuff in this country. I mean, if you're in somewhere like Spain, it's probably not too bad. But that's the thing in this country, like you'd have to have a lot of protection, wouldn't you? But already in Canada, like there's a lot of homeless people in tents there. Imagine how cold it must be for them. They must have to like have a lot of layers to protect them from it, really. They do glass bottle Coca-Cola here. It's amazing. Give them the bottle back for a discount. What you mean? Is that like some kind of like that? What you mean to like as like recycling? You mean? Because I remember I was looking into this thing on. Apparently, they're bringing in this like reverse vending machine thing soon in this country. Like, well, 2027, something like that. Reverse vending machines is in what stuff you would put like glass and plastic into to get some money out of it. So you could like make a bit of money or something. I ate a chicken. Oh god. Ugh. Oh yeah, I've heard of adobo. Hello, Arshad. Yeah, because I remember there was a couple. One of them was called Meet Jackie, and the other one was called Mister Adobo. And I think he was from the Netherlands or something. And she come over to like live with him or something. So there's some times where Filipinos they'll come over and you know get with a foreigner, because it's, the more affluent over here a lot of the time. Yeah, they recycle bottles here. You can get discount or 10 pesos back. Yeah, I suppose that's a good way to be good for the environment, right? Yeah, I'm local. Welcome back. Anyway, how's it going? Yeah, but I know there's a lot of people that have kind of dropped off all that thing. But yeah, what's that? See, Joseph, how you doing? Yeah, I mean Coca-Cola usually is. Yeah. Was it my thing? I don't even eat pork here, really. Oh yeah, pork. It's mad how you've just completely like switched back to like the meat diet, and you're eating a lot of that now. So I remember you were back in the day. You was like eating, what was it? A lot of like potatoes and stuff like that, and pasta, and yeah. Amateur reviews. Who's that? A 100-year-old preserved egg once. Wasn't that something on Fear Factor? I remember they had some like I think it was a 100-year-old rotten egg or something. It might have been like they had to eat it or something. I don't know how real it was, because I heard that they kind of faked a lot of things. I don't know if they faked things or if it was just. I don't know. I've heard there was some controversy about that show. I don't know. But hello, Steve Ellis. How you doing? Hello there, Steve. Shy Joe Joseph says, about to snooze off. Okay, take care. If anyone's new here, please can you subscribe? That would be really appreciated. Yeah, right. Sounds like some Bush Tucker trials been going on with some people. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard in some sweets they do use that, and like the red Tic Tacs I've heard that can be made from insects. But yeah, Brexit means Brexit. Yeah, some people are saying how we need to get out of the ECHR or something, which is basically like they're saying that it's, while we're in the ECHR, it's not like a proper Brexit or something like that. Large, fresh, free-range tray of 30 eggs, and they're all white shell orange. Oh, really? Tastes like clay, rotten meat, parmesan, and an undertone of methane. Ugh, that sounds disgusting. Some protein is made from mealworms, toasted and crushed up. Oh, really? Oh, goodness. Uh, Sounds lovely. Yeah, is everybody okay then? Yeah, it's just not great, is it? Yeah, rotten meat. So yeah. Does the name Jamie come from the name James? Not in my case. I'm just called Jamie. Yeah, I'm Jamie. Oh yeah, could you maybe share it out? Maybe you could bring some of your people in. Maybe, I don't know, local. Do you still have people watch you on your page? So I haven't seen a lot of those people for a while. I remember, yeah, there was like Tyrant Finder and some of those other people that part of that group, but yeah, I don't really see them anymore because I don't know what they're up to these days. I think they're just kind of not really around much. Oh, did he? I didn't know that. I mean, I noticed they hadn't been live for a long time. That's sad, isn't it? Didn't know that he'd passed away. Oh, blimey. That's not good, is it? Was it? I know he had some alcohol issues, which I remember there was a time when he was live and he was like, I think he had some issue where he was like, people were worried that he'd passed away or something. But yeah, like he pretty much, I think he was on like kind of late stage alcohol or something. That is sad. That, yeah. Oh yeah, mainly rice, chicken, eggs, veggies, and fruit and seafood. Oh yeah, I suppose that's kind of like the main diet over there, isn't it? It sounds a bit similar to the Mediterranean diet or something. Hello, Rodolph. Hello, STF. Am I happy in life? I'm okay, yeah. I'm getting there. Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I didn't know that he'd passed away. Who did you find that out of? And how did you? Yeah, because he hadn't been around for a long time, and then yeah. Hello, San Stephian. How you doing? Yes, I am, Paul. Yeah, not doing much at the moment. Just try and get this channel kind of popping off. But yeah, right. What's the weather like in York? Just been kind of a bit cold, but not too bad to say. We used to message each other every day, then just stopped for 2 years. Yeah. So are you just presuming that he's gone then? I'm guessing. Obviously, there's everything else, then you can get fat if you really wanted to. Plenty of options. It's so easy to eat clean and healthy, fresh is cheap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing in the UK. Like a lot of the fruit and veg is expensive. So, but the thing is that it's kind of corrupt because they subsidize the poor quality stuff, but yeah, they don't really subsidize much of the healthy stuff. Because I've heard, yeah, is it true? Let's have a look. There's about government um subsidize about junk food. Let's have a look at this, shall we? I'm not answering the poll. Sorry, why wouldn't you? You're too embarrassed to answer the poll, something. So it says here about yes, government policies effectively subsidize junk food. Well, let's have a look at UK because it might be worse in America, but well, it says it does not directly subsidize junk food, but critics argue that indirect structural and historical policy decisions such as agricultural subsidies have made ingredients for unhealthy high-fat salt and sugar products cheaper than nutritious alternatives, while policies shifting the system has historically incentivized the production of items contributing to obesity. So I think it might be worse in America. That might be one of the reasons why it's just such a big thing in America is a lot of subsidization of really bad stuff. UK, everything is imported or highly processed with chemicals. Even the bread here is just 4 ingredients. So it should be, it should just be, what is it? Flour, what is it? Flour, water, yeast and salt. That's all it should be, really. No bullshit. Yeah. If you make your own, that's all you put in it, really. Yeah. What's Flazano? No, because the question isn't your business, mate. Well, I mean, if you're answering a poll, it's like anonymous, right? I guess. Well, but then again, you could like had Yorkshire pudding before. Do you know how to make it? No, I didn't know that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just a voting thing. Is like now you could argue that what if the thing is there's that many votes on it that I'm not really gonna know who's voted what. What's Oxford? I really like worksheets pudding. I don't know that one. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Yorkshire puddings. They just taste like kind of, I don't know, like really bland and just, yeah. I love Vienna 6. Not particularly. Oxford isn't woke. Isn't that where they tried out the 15-minute cities or something? So I remember there was this whole thing about Oxford 15-minute cities. I mean, it's got one of the biggest universities. I would have thought it's probably going to be one of the most woke places. Didn't they like do some, yeah. Asked if there's non-walk cities you'd recommend visiting. I wouldn't think that. I don't know. I mean, I would have thought that Oxford would be somewhat walk. I mean, okay, Scottish Slimer. I mean, it depends on your taste and stuff, but yeah, a little turn, and also depends how you season things and stuff like that. But oftentimes people actually season meat with herbs and stuff which are from plants. So Stuart Anderson, I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? All food is great if there is. Well, it's great if you like it. It makes you feel good. I love Wales, lovely people. Yes. And no, we don't shag sheep. I beg to differ, I do not like mushrooms. What, the taste of mushrooms? I like mushrooms, they're quite nice. Hello, Melvina, how you doing? Boyo, what's occurring? My voice is annoying. Ben Jones, are you Wales? Your last name is Jones, it's a Welsh name. The look, the taste, the smell, the texture. Oh yeah, some people don't like the kind of slimy kind of texture. Muppet. Who you calling a Muppet? Boyo. How far are you from Scotland? Probably like a couple of hours. What do I think about immigrants? I mean, legal, and they're coming to do, if they're coming to, be contribute to society, you could say that they're good. But then if someone's just coming in just to leech, then do we need all that? Okay, I'm just getting rid of this Ben Jones person because, yeah, there we go. Goodbye. We don't need to have that here, do we, Yeah. Good riddance. Yeah. Yeah, good riddance. Fat Muppet. I reckon it's me he's calling a Muppet. Then in it, bruv. And oh goodness. Yeah, is everyone all right then? Did you block me while you're going then, aren't you? Goodbye. Ben Dover. Oh yeah, Ben Dover and Eileen Dover. Have you seen that video where they pranked a school board meeting with Eileen Dover and Phil McCracken and all that? What was the other one? Wayne Kerr and Don Kiddick. And what's the other one? Suk Mahidik. It's like that Simpsons name prank. Have you seen that Simpsons when they did the pranks? Andy Will to Snatch. I don't get that one. It's like Drew Peacock, isn't it? That's another one. Yeah. Yeah. What other ones is there? Hugh Janus. Yeah, Drew Peacock. Yeah, I said that one. I don't know who's going to win the Arnold Classic. I don't really watch that stuff. Or in supermarkets when they call out Tannoy guy. Oh yeah, Mike Hunt. Yeah, that's the one as well, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, when they do the pranks, don't they, where it goes ice, wallow, come. So if you do that fast, then it's like, you know what I mean? It sounds like, though, as the Qui, what football team, mate? I don't support any football team. Oh yeah, Mike Rops, that was from Simpsons, that one. Is there a Mike Crotch? I forgot Mike Crotch in here. Yeah, it's quite funny that. What's the what? Have you? It's first name Amanda, last name Hug and Kiss. I forgot Amanda Hug and Kiss. Oh yeah, oh yeah. What's the other? Yeah, that was one as well. Ophelia McHawk. Ophelia McHawk. Has anyone seen Mike Rops? That's it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Jesus Christ died for you and he loves you. Repent and turn before it's too late. Okay, thank you. There was that thing with Dickens cider. What you mean Jesus isn't dead? Dickens cider, like a type of cider called Dickens. And it sounds like, you know, Dickens cider. So like when they say, "Oh, it's I love to wake up to a good old Dickens cider." Have you seen that video? You seen that? Yeah, 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 yeah. Dickens cider. Yeah. Tell you what was like the funniest some of the funniest adverts. Remember the Specsavers one? That was quite funny when they were like there was one where there was actually a band one where they're like they're about to like get it on inside a car, but like she starts sucking off the steering wheel, thinking it's his crotch or something, and so yeah, obviously that one's banned because it's not really appropriate, is it? Hello, Neurobite. I don't know Super Bowl. I don't watch Super Bowl. You want a dick insider? Well, you Filipino women can give you a dick insider. The files are mad quick here because of the geckos. The files, what you mean? The flies. The flies, not the files. Few of the Specsavers one. There was like one with the old couple where they think they're sat on a bench having a sandwich, and then can I have a cheese one? And it's like, and then the things come on, and then it's like just like going upside down and stuff, and like. Yeah, it's just so like. What other one is there? There was that one with the guy like where he's like cutting the sheep's hair off, and it's like, and then he cuts the sheepdog's hair off. It's just like. Oh yeah, Storm. Can't slot them in on the legs. You need one of those UV zapper lights to do the work. Oh god. Yeah, I couldn't be doing with like tons of flies around it. No. What's my opinion on people from burning out every winter? Is that because they've got them smashed in or something? Up on like Stoops or something? Is it? You know about Stoops estate? I've heard it's pretty bad up there. Mr. Zelensky, not Zelensky. All right. Okay. Pet gecko and spider. Oh yeah. Yeah. Pet gecko and spider. I suppose spiders will like take care of the flies. Reminds me of that nursery rhyme with an old woman who saw other fly. Perhaps she'll die. You know that one. You got an arrow in the knee, an arrow in the knee, and a parrot. Oh yeah. Hello Cornelius. Oh good. What is it with these comments there? Someone's defo stole you sweet roll Stormclaw. Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, stolen AI content. Okay. Have you got anything original to say? Anything interesting? You just sound like a bunch of bots. Yeah. It's just, maybe we've got to try and just show them some love, Trolls need love too. This might be AI generated. Your mama's AI generated. I'm ashamed as a Skyrim player of this Stormcloak, dude. I take it that's a Skyrim reference. Hello, Green. Not too bad, thank you. How you doing? Do I know you? Green Beam. How's it going? You alright? This we've got a few real people in here tonight, isn't it? Yeah. It seems to be better on the evenings, like more real people, I think. Like, because that's when they've got time to watch and stuff. Troll the Trolls, lack of nicotine helps. Oh, fair enough. Why is that? Does that make you a bit kind of like almost like hangry when when people get hungry and they like start getting a bit ratty because they're because raise armies of the dead. What the hell? I'm on a great playthrough of Skyrim as a vampire necromancer mage. What was that game you were playing when I was at your place? There was like I remember you was going on about buying or getting free skins or something, whatever it was for the game or something like that. Didn't you say you could like buy and sell them for profit or something like that, if I remember? No, I didn't steal this stream. I just someone's saying it's stolen AI. It might be stolen AI content or something. Rust, but also got onto Daisy. What's that? It's like Jay-Z, but with a D instead. I'm happy here. It's a good place to be, so trolls will be trolled because there's no need for it. Yeah. The thing is, I would get rid of them, but it's like, thing is, they actually help with engagement, and it's like, I know it might. I know someone was saying that it was putting them off, but like, but overall, I think it actually has been helping my channel. Funnily enough, yeah. I mean, I know some people are telling me I should just get rid of them all. Post-apocalyptic survival stuff online multiplayer. Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Sending ice. You know about that whole ice thing in America? I love ice in my tea. Iced tea. And people aren't being hurtful. It's literally just engagement, and yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You will get some kind of shit posters. That's just normal. But the thing is, I used to just block them all, but then they were being a bit annoying. But it's best to just kind of not let it get to you, and just kind of increase the engagement. More watch time equals more views, equals more traction, more algorithm push. So yeah. Lemon or peach iced tea is ace. Oh yeah. I've never had it. Never had iced tea. Never had it. But there's a first for everything, isn't there? There's like Lipton, isn't there? There's another iced tea or something, Lipton. I remember we had it was like a lemonade sort of thing in Barcelona. It was like the best ever. I don't know if it was that it was better over there, or if it was just because it was such hot weather, it was just tasted better. You know what I mean? Because you're so thirsty. Hello, Rosalina. Oh, here we go. Now, Stormcloak, you stayed long enough to know you're not at a bad stream. Yeah. Usually homemade here. Oh, that's good. Yeah. It's just a lot of crap here, isn't there? Like, pay me to watch you. Nah. Yeah, Book Club Records is back. Tony, who's that? Since the debate topic is philosophy. Hot take. Well, what if, like solipsism, like maybe I'm the only thing that exists and everything else is just a figment of my imagination. I'm not saying it's true, but we can't 100% rule it out either. Does anybody else experience consciousness? We don't know. Could be, but it's all based on faith, isn't it? We have to have faith that, because consciousness is a subjective experience, so all I can do is validate what we experience from our own reality, but oh really, user. Here we go. Sounds like they're the ones that AI keep coming in with the same BS. Yeah, makes sense for sure. I mean, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I went to some live last night, and I think they were talking about simulation theory, and I asked them what did they think about, what was it? What did they think about solipsisms, like, oh, it's a silly idea or something like that. So, but this was coming from somebody who was talking about simulation theory. So, I mean, I don't know. I keep an open mind, but some people, that seems to be the point where they're like, oh, that is the point of like it being absurd or something. I think that's just one of those theories that can't technically be disproven. Well, it can't be proven either. Like, how would you even prove it? Beep boop, I am a bot. Oh yeah. Hello, group. What's that? I mean, simulation theory and solipsism are very close. Yeah, because with a simulation theory, it's similar in the sense of it being like a sort of, when you what you're seeing is not real, like that. All of the things are just all programmed. The thing is, right, in a sense, we are in some kind of simulation. Our brain is what's simulating the reality. We're getting information fed, and the brain is what's interpreting that. So you could argue, in a way, we are in a simulation. But so this is the thing where consciousness is creating this simulation thing, you could say, or is it the brain? But it's like some are saying, no, it's the brain. But is it consciousness itself creating the simulation? Is what I'm thinking. Does that mean that collective consciousness is what brings this reality into existence? Like, basically, that's what it means nothing is real, pretty much, yeah, because how do I know that my version of blue is the same as your version of blue? Like, we could have completely different interpretations of the color, well, not interpretations, different perspectives of that. Hello, Mike Yellow. So, like, how do I know that my version of blue isn't someone else's version of red? Like, we can understand, like, dark and light and things like that, but how do I know that when it comes to individual colors and things like that, yeah, the way I see it, if it's only me and it's solipsism, or it's a simulation, or it's real, either way, life's a hell of a ride. And even if I'm just here spectating, I absolutely love the opportunity. Yeah, exactly, that's the thing. It's like it's fun to speculate sometimes and go down rabbit holes, but sometimes then we need to just take a step back and be like, okay, well, whatever it is, we just need to appreciate it. As long as you don't just keep going down rabbit holes and never come out of it, because some people dedicate their whole life to trying to figure out life. But there was, like, people like Rupert Sheldrake who were kind of on the fringes of science, basically, where, like, I was talking about this the other day about the telephone telepathy experiment, where whether it's telepathy or not, I don't know, but basically what happened is they were given 4 choices of who was going to phone them. And so the thing is that what would happen is they would be getting a phone call, but they would withhold the number. So they had to guess who it was going to be before they answered it. And about 42% of the time they got it correct, which is well above the chance rate of 25%. And apparently there was something like 800 odd studies. So it was done with a decent enough sample size, you would think, in order to kind of know with a pretty good level of certainty that it's not just chance that happened. Yeah, if you had just like 10, 20 participants, yeah, that could well have just been chance. This is why you need big sample sizes of hundreds, if not thousands potentially, but I think 800 odd is a pretty good number. So yeah, it's just fascinating to look into that. But there's this theory that he had called morphic resonance. So I'll go on to this theory. I mean, this is just, like, it's not a scientifically proven theory, but this is, I'll try and find an explanation for it. Real Madrid is real. Real, yeah. So morphic resonance. So let's have a look. Hello, Heinz. How you doing? Proposed by biologist Rupert Sheldrake is a controversial, non-mainstream hypothesis suggesting that memory is inherent in nature and that natural systems, organisms, crystals, molecules inherit a collective memory from past similar systems. It posits that patterns of form and behavior are shaped by and resonant with previous instances of themselves, acting as habitual fields rather than being governed solely by fixed eternal laws. So that's the explanation thing of morphic resonance. So just talking a bit about this theory called morphic resonance by this controversial biologist Rupert Sheldrake. So this is something that is kind of considered as fringe, basically, but he did some experiment called telephone telepathy. Now, someone said the other day, what if it's not telepathy and maybe it's just like a synchronicity or something? But whatever it is, they suggest that like organisms have a sort of like telepathically linked or something like that. Like they have some kind of the way that they interact with each other, that in terms of these morphic fields of whatever. It sounds very abstract and all that, but it's just science would not really kind of want to kind of entertain these ideas a lot, because it would go against a lot of the beliefs in science, basically, because he has a different view of evolution as well. I do think that evolution happens, but his view on it is a bit kind of less mainstream. But okay, let's just get rid of this one. I understand most of the words since learn what you're saying. I don't know what you mean. Anyway, so morphic resonance. Who's still in the live? So this is the thing about things like collective memory. So let's have a look. So habits, not laws. Nature's laws are more like habits that evolve and strengthen over time through repetition rather than being fixed. Collective memory. Each species has a collective memory morphic field to which individuals contribute and from which they draw, influencing development, behavior, and instinct. Then we've got non-local influence. Similar forms and behaviors can resonate across time and space, meaning new patterns or skills can be learned faster by a species the more often they are repeated. Also, hang on a second, this sounds familiar, right? Anyone heard of the 100th monkey effect? Wonder if that's got anything to do with this. Learn behaviors from far away. Sounds familiar, right? 100th monkey effect, guys. Just had a thought there. Kind of light bulb moment, you could say. 100th monkey effect. I wonder if that's got anything to do with that. I've not heard of that. So I'll actually go into the 100th monkey effect after, but yeah. Nature's TV receivers. Sheldrake suggests that memory is not merely stored in the brain, but that brains are more like receivers turning into a collective memory field. And then we've got applications. The theory is used to explain phenomena like the rapid spread of new behaviors in animals, the ease of crystallizing new compounds over time, and instinctual habits. So this would be the thing about the 100th monkey effect. So this could explain the 100th monkey effect. Hello, Bree. So I'm going to go into the 100th monkey effect. So I'm going to go into it, basically, and teach you about the 100th monkey effect. So I'll just have a quick drink first. Keep you all in suspense there. I'm doing fine, thank you, Bree. How you doing? Okay, whatever, unknown. Nah, but you still there. Hello, Ultima Lex. How you doing? Right, so the 100th monkey effect is a controversial, largely anecdotal concept suggesting that when a new behavior or idea reaches a critical tipping point, number of individuals, the 100th, it spontaneously spreads to all related, even physically separated groups. It is used as a metaphor for rapid social or collective consciousness change. The original study in the 1950s, researchers observed Chinese macaque monkeys on Kashima Island learning to wash sandy sweet potatoes in the sea. The story popularized in the 1970s and 80s, claimed that once a certain number of monkeys, the 100th, adopted the habit, the behavior was immediately adopted by monkeys on other isolated islands without contact. The tipping point. The theory proposes a critical mass, 100th monkey, where the behavior becomes a new norm, similar to how ideas spread in social networks. So they've got criticism, anecdotal evidence. The story is widely regarded as a often misinterpreted anecdote rather than scientific facts. And then spontaneous spread doubt. While social learning and transmission within a group were observed, the claim of non-local across island spread is not supported by peer-reviewed evidence. Alternative explanations. A gradual spread can be explained through observation, imitation, and social learning rather than supernatural mind-to-mind transmission. Well, I mean, I don't know, just gotta keep an open mind because, I mean, it's just, yeah, is this something that could happen with certain ideas where it just kind of hits a certain critical mass where you have this sort of like inflection point or something, I don't know. Like where like you might have a certain idea for a certain time, it just kind of seems to be not really going anywhere and kind of slowly kind of increasing, but then it hits a certain point where boom, it just hits a critical mass where suddenly it explodes. And so yeah, so could this be the morphic resonance thing? That's interesting, even if it's separated. What do you mean? What's separated? So, like, basically, I mean, they're saying that there's not really like a proof that it actually is. There is some kind of transmission thing, but yeah. But there's a yeah. So they're saying it's instantaneous between members of the same species, even if they're on the other side of the planet. They were saying on separated islands, but they're also saying that it's not supported by peer-reviewed. So looking at this, maybe it's not as impressive or something. But I don't know. It's one of those things that no, I've not looked into that. August. Hello, Busy Slim. What about aliens? Spooky action at a distance. Yeah, I remember that was when they were talking about that. This data misinterpreted. I mean, I've heard about that, but what are your thoughts on the telephone telepathy thing? Because that sounds a bit like spooky action at a distance, where it's like that something happening here then causing something happening elsewhere. There's like synchronicities that sometimes happens at a distance, where maybe somebody you thought was somebody and then pop they just appear, but then they'll just say, oh, that's just a coincidence or something. sometimes things happen where you think, that seems a bit too coincidental. And of course, coincidences do happen, like, occasionally, like someone's going to win the lottery, for example, but that happens to me all the time, yeah. I guess it's one of these things that's hard to prove, really, isn't it? So, spooky action at a distance. Let's look into that, and yeah, I'm not married now. So apparently Albert Einstein talked about this with quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where pairs of particles remain connected, allowing the measurement of one particle to instantaneously determine the state of the other, regardless of the distance separating them. This behavior appears to defy classical physics and the speed of light, though it is a verified real-world occurrence. What's that? Just to say, Matt's actually refreshing seeing someone having real chats on here and not doing daft stuff. Quality hearing your thoughts and everything. Yeah, I appreciate that. Hi, Stefan. No, I'm not trans now. But you're saying that, like, spooky action at a distance is misinterpreted, isn't it? I would love to explain it to you differently than that. Will you let me? I don't know, like, I mean, I don't have guests on, really, if that's what you mean. But, so what you're saying that, like, what the stuff on morphic resonance, what Rupert Sheldrake talks about is BS then or something, or? Jim Smith, what are your thoughts on the whole experiment with the telephone telepathy thing? Well, I mean, I'll just, for anyone that hasn't heard about that, what's a good squat? What do you mean? You're about a weight. Depends on, like, different factors, really, but everyone's going to be a bit different. But I'd say probably 100 kilos I would consider pretty good. But obviously men and women are going to be a bit different in terms of, I've not heard about it. So let me just go into the telephone telepathy experiment. Hello, Jake. So, what do you mean? What's weak? 100 kilograms, I mean, that's more than what most people can do. Most men could probably maybe squat 70 kilograms, if that. So I would say 100's probably, like, if you took like 100 men and then you had them all squat, I doubt most of them could hit 100 kilograms. I mean, if you're talking pounds, then 180 minimum would probably be about right. If you're thinking pounds, I'm talking kilograms. No, that's not it, Lex, though, because there's no communication between them what you're talking about. Hang on a second. Let me just go in. So how many people in the general population do you know that can squat 180 kilograms? Because I don't think that there's that many people that can do that, especially men. What's your point? Hang on. Let me just, yeah, kilos is just easier for me. Yeah, it's just a telephone telepathy. Hang on a second. I'll just go over it. Yeah. So I'm getting a bit distracted. So telephone telepathy experiments most notably conducted by Rupert Sheldrake test whether people can identify a caller before answering the phone, often with success rates of 40 to 50%, significantly higher than the 25% expected by chance. These studies typically involve a receiver and 4 potential callers, with the caller chosen randomly to call the participant. Methodology: a receiver waits for a call from one of 4, often familiar people. A researcher randomly selects the caller, who then phones the participant. The participant must guess the caller before picking up. Results: in hundreds of trials, success rates frequently range from 40 to 55%, which is notably above the 25% or 33% with 3 colors. Chance level. Significance. Experiments have suggested that higher success rates are often linked to stronger emotional bonds or familiarity between the caller and receiver. Criticism. Some researchers and skeptics argue that these experiments may have potential for subtle, unintentional, or sensory cues that could explain the results, though proponents argue that the statistical significance is too high for mere guessing. Automated tests. So just talking about this thing about you're guessing between 4 people, and you should only get it right about 25% of the time if it's just by guessing. So depends on how big your friend circle is. Yeah. What are you saying? Hang on. I mean, wouldn't it depend on how big your friend circle is? I don't think I have 4 people who call me at any given time unless it's spam calls. Yeah. But you had to guess between 4 people though, so it could be any of those. They were selected at random, so you had to guess. So it was done it was an experiment done. I'm guessing it was with some control where they had to guess who it was going to be. Where they would hold the number, they would have to guess who it's going to be. So they were picked at random. So it wasn't like it was, you know what I mean? So it's minimum if you're serious about gym. Well, the thing is that not everyone's trying to do maximum strength. Not everybody's trying to become a power lifter. I mean, not everybody needs to do that. 180 kilograms is that is a lot of weight to be squatting. That puts you probably in the top 0.1%, I reckon. Maybe 1%, but like it's definitely in the top 1% of the general population. So I don't know what you're talking about, but not everybody needs to be squatting that much. And the thing is also, some people might want to focus more on calisthenics and focus more on upper body strength. I do think you should also have some lower body strength as well, but I don't think that that they should be necessarily prioritizing getting to 180 kilogram squat. I think you're just talking shit there. I can rack the lat pull, not sure about now, but a few years ago. Okay, so hi Heaven, how you doing? Hope you're well. So yeah, just lost in conversation. So there was this other thing called the rice experiment as well. I thought I might mention that. Rice experiment. So some might debunk it and say that it's bullshit or something, but I'd have to try it myself. But this is how it goes, okay? So the rice experiment, popularized by Dr. Masaru Emoto, a demonstration suggesting that positive emotions, words, or intentions can affect the physical decomposition of cooked rice. Jars labeled with love or positive words often remain white and fresh, while those labeled hate or neglect turn moldy and rotten, illustrating the perceived power of intention. So, yes, so this thing called procedure. Cooked white rice is placed into separate jars, often 3. Love, hate, ignored. Daily interaction. The love jar is spoken to kindly. The hate jar receives insults, and the ignored jar is left alone. Results: after several weeks or months, the positive jar remains, so it generally shows less or better smelling fermentation, while the negative and ignored jars often develop black, green, or blue mold. Significance: proponents argue that this proves that consciousness and words affect physical reality, while skeptics often attribute results to, for example, the introduction of bacteria or moisture during the daily interactions. Educational purpose: it is frequently used to teach children about the impact of kindness and negative word. So how would it like? Is it what are they saying that subconsciously you're cheating the experiment or something? Or because I remember someone was suggesting that I mean it would have to be done in some kind of test conditions, really, wouldn't it? I don't know how you would really make it, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see someone actually try this out for real and not be like some kind of grifter or something. And we just hit 200 volts. So Yuma says, I love to work out, get the blood flowing, healthy body, healthy mind. Yeah, exactly. As a previous employee of the UK Science Research Councils, I wouldn't pay any attention that isn't peer reviewed, to be honest. Well, the thing is, it can be hard to get things peer reviewed, though, can't it? And there can be. I mean, I can be a bit skeptical of like certain science in terms of like cherry picking of certain things, and also certain things could potentially get ignored if there's an incentive to try and block it. Like for example, if there was a certain treatment that corporations didn't want to have it to the public, then they could get certain, basically, I mean, they could put out some study, they could get some study out that would negatively make it look bad or something. And I'm just a bit sort of, yeah, because I've looked at like how industry funded studies can have biased results, and either the way it's carried out or even just that they could cherry pick until they find a study that confirms their biases. That is true, and the proposals granted are only because there is a call for it from the councils. Yeah, so I got what you're saying, though, and obviously peer review can be. This is why I suppose peer review can be a way to kind of. But I've heard sometimes all peer reviews aren't always like that great, because I remember there was like these fitness studies where they would be testing different training modalities and stuff, where it's like trying to see which builds the most muscle. But I've heard there's some kind of dodgy shit going on with that, where they would be conducting their own studies and then having one of the gym bros peer review it, for example, or something like that. So I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know that this rice experiment. It's just it'd be interesting for some serious person to try it out and do it into some kind of test conditions. I'll have to look and see if there's a lot of videos on YouTube where they've what the kind of results are. There were definitely regular peer reviewers. It should be randomized. Yeah, that's the thing. It should be. It's like, for example, this is why we need jury in a court, right? Because there's less chance of bias, isn't there? Like judges can be like bent. They can have a certain agenda or something. They might have political biases and things like that. Whereas if you have a jury, you have a few people with different like perspectives on things, that more or less eliminates most of the chances of bias happening. So yeah. So I don't know if there's really like, I'd have to see about this rice experiment thing, because then someone said that this experiment was debunked, but I did it anyway. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. But yeah, a lot of stuff ends up getting debunked, really. But yeah, you can't just believe everything that you see on the internet. It's like when people say stuff like such and such built the pyramids or something. But hello, Erin, how you doing? Hope you well. So let's just have a look and see how it goes with this one. Did the ones with the bad words spoil faster? You're going to remain single forever. How come? But you got to do what you got to do, whatever makes you happy, and don't let anyone tell you that your way is wrong or something, because you get some people trying to push certain things. Like, for example, when people try and push someone to have children or to not have children, people have to just do what's right for them at the end of the day. So I'm just having a look at this experiment. Is there any... Yeah, trying to see if there's any actual evidence for it. Or if it's just some BS kind of... I was an analyst for the council, so all the pyramid and alien shit interests me a bunch. Oh, what's that? TLDR, load of BS, lol. Oh, really? Yeah. What I saw this theory on the pyramids called pyramid water theory, where it's saying whether the were built using buoyancy. So chances are they might have had some more advanced way of doing things than we give them credit for. Because you would think that they would have probably had some, like, you look at how, much like backbreaking work, you would think they probably would have some somewhat advanced way of doing it. Not saying that they use some kind of crazy, like, technology that's more advanced than today, because that's what some people are saying, that advanced technology was more advanced than today. Some people believe that they used levitation technologies and all kinds of crazy stuff. My theory is the pyramids were dug, and that's why there is so much sand and dust. Well, possibly. Well, some say that it could have been built with a cast or something. Zach, hello. Donated aluminium foil. All right. Well, let's have a look at this about the... Yeah. Did this person get any evidence of, like, with the right experiment? You think I should try it out myself? I mean, not the pyramids, but similar feats. Oh, hang on. The history of the Chinese shows how they did it. Lots of labor, steel ball bearings, and pulleys, pivot systems. Yeah, I saw something about, that, like, I suppose, like, pivot, pulleys, I mean, they were, like, I guess at the time, quite a advanced thing. I mean, I guess it could be considered as, like, a technology, because I mean, back when things were primitive, they didn't have any of that. They just had very basic tools and stuff. So, like, it was, likely they had these mechanisms to be able to kind of speed things up. Otherwise, it would have required a lot of moving things around by hand, and that would have taken forever. But there's been finding pyramids in different countries, like they found Nubian pyramids, Mayan pyramids. So I was like, what is all that about? Why have we got all these different pyramids being found everywhere? Let's have a look. Was the one with love on it, like, fresher than the other ones? So, yeah. Are you making toast? All right, fair enough. So they were saying the one with hate or ignore on it supposedly spoilt faster. It doesn't really look any different on this one, but did they have it there long enough, though? Yeah. Huh. Just looking at this video, they, like, apparently smell really bad or something. Yeah. Just watching this video on this rice experiment. So it looks like even the one with love on it was quite rotten. Yeah, it says he's not acting out or something. Anyway, they're cool. I think they were built to survive future global floods. The flooding of the Nile was the biggest semi-recorded event in history. Oh, that's interesting. Well, some people said that they were built as like tombs, but then someone was questioning that because there didn't seem to be a whole lot of evidence for that. Because weren't most of them buried in like Valley of the Kings, or the Egyptian ones anyway? But then some might say, why are they all like these pyramid shapes? They were saying now that like they're basically for what is it? I mean, the efficient shapes or something to build. But then there's also theories about using them as energy harvesting or something, using it for like free energy. But then that's quite a more fringe kind of yeah. Yeah, so this guy is saying that he's saying he's a big believer in the power of the mind, but it's more of a psychological aspect than anything. So yeah, it looked like this rice experiment probably not really legit, I guess. But yeah, I do think there's a what's that? They're cool. I think they were built to. I just read that one. Yeah. Right. I might get off and then come back on again because it has gone quiet. So yeah. See you in a bit.